Hi guys, welcome back to Dev Astrology. Today we are going to be doing the monthly reading for the month of May, and in this video we are recording the monthly reading for the sign of Taurus. You can watch this video both from a Taurus moon as well as Taurus rising or ascendant standpoint. Now guys, I have done a detailed video on Jupiter transit into the sign of Gemini as well. I will urge you to please go ahead and check out that video as well. Now, before we jump into the reading, I would want to draw your attention towards some of the important key dates. So just look into that very quickly. Now, guys, before we proceed further, it is important for you to draw your attention towards some of the key dates that are going to be impacting us during this month. And the transit of the planets on these dates is what will set the tone for you to understand as to how the transit for the month of May is going to be impacting you. So, first and foremost, Sun is in Aries until May 13th, and then it gets into the sign of Taurus from May 14th onwards. You have Mercury in the sign of Pisces, and it will get in Aries from May 6th. That is how I have depicted that in your chart as well. Venus continues to be in its sign of exaltation in Pisces, and it will get in Aries from May 31st. So for the entirety of this month, Venus will continue in its sign of exaltation and deliver the impact that you've been seeking, while Mars is in the sign of Cancer since April 2nd onwards. It's going to be there in its sign of debilitation throughout the course of this month, and it is going to change its position in June itself. Then you have Jupiter, which is in Taurus in Mrikshira Nakshatra itself. It has been stationed there from April 10th, and it will get into the sign of Gemini from May 14th onwards. Now, guys, I've done a very detailed video of Jupiter transit. If you've not had a chance, please go ahead and check that out, and you will get a lot of clarity from that particular video as well. Saturn has got into the sign of Pisces in Uttakshatra, which is ruled by himself, Saturn himself, on April 27th. So that's an important movement that has come into play. Rahu is in Pisces in Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, which is again ruled by Jupiter, and it is going to be making its true transit into the sign of Aquarius from May 29th onwards. So for the sake of this particular reading, we are going to see majorly it from Pisces itself. And then last but not the least, Ketu is in Virgo in Uttara of Sun. It will continue in the same nakshatra and get into the sign of Leo with its true transit happening on May 29th. So these are the important dates. Now let's deep dive into the reading itself. So Taurus, as you can see that your Lagna Lord Venus continues to be in its sign of exaltation in the 11th house itself. First of all, Lagna Lord sitting in exaltation, and then that too in the 11th house. What more can you guys be asking for, Taurus? No wonder. I think some of the impact that you would have anticipated with Saturn coming in conjunction, Rahu also now about to traverse into your 10th house, a lot of your goals, objectives should be getting fulfilled. You should be accomplishing a lot of positive outcomes during this period of time. And if not, I've been calling out in my previous month's videos as well, Taurus, you should not be leaving any stone unturned during this point of time. You should make your level best in terms of your efforts to make sure that you accomplish the goals, the targets, the objectives that you've had in your mind for a long time. Venus is not only the lord of your first house, but also the lord of your sixth house as well. And the sixth lord moving 6 places away from itself, Bhavarth Bhavam coming into play. This Venus's exaltation is giving a promise that you will be able to overcome your enemies, people who are looking forward to get new jobs, who are looking forward to make a shift in their career, who are looking forward to identify the right opportunities to crack a job opportunity, should be finding success there as well. Now, guys, remember, this is a transit reading. Your dasha, antardasha of the natal chart has a lot to do with the kind of impact that you are going to see. But from a transit perspective, this Venus is definitely giving a very strong promise of you accomplishing something big during this month. If you've not been able to see that success, that level of grandeur strike so far, I think this is the last month and you must not give up on that opportunity. Do not drop the ball. Do not be of this mindset that if things haven't worked out for me yet, they are not going to work forever. No. Please take control of your destiny. Please control the effort that you need to put from your side, and you will see that your loving Lord is going to favor you in a positive way. Now, of course, Venus is giving a debilitated aspect to your fifth house. So, if you are a parent watching this video, I would want you to practice a lot more love, caution towards your kids. From a romance perspective, you will have to understand is that there will be certain level of challenges that are going to come with respect to people who are single, who are looking forward to mingle, who are looking forward to forge new relationships for yourselves. But at the same time, I think post the end of this May, once Ketu also moves away, you are going to see a lot more respite coming in from that angle. Many of you could have seen difficult breakups, separation situations also come your way in the last few months, for that matter, since Ketu had been placed here. But Venus is at least giving an aspect, and at the end of the day, Venus drives relationships. He is in conjunction with Rahu. So I definitely see amplification of all those things coming into play. Now, you are going to make good out of the difficult situations at this point in time. Venus being the lord of your sixth, not only from a job switch perspective, job change perspective, but also within your workplace. If you've been facing any kind of difficulties, this is going to be the period where you are going to come out of those problems as well. In fact, Saturn being the lord of your ninth and 10th is placed in conjunction. So you are seeing support from your father, your own efforts, your boss probably helping you out in terms of those difficult scenarios. This is also going to be a period where people who are associated with medical industry, banking industry, insurance sector, healthcare sector, people who are associated with law, attorney, judicial system for that matter, a lot of you are going to find success from those angles as well. And again, growth promised in those areas. Now, people who've been looking forward to get respite from some kind of loans, litigations going on in your life, I see you will be able to get a positive derivation out of those circumstances as well. Just do not drop the ball even if you've had difficult situations, because at the end of the day, the exalted sun has been giving a debilitated aspect. He is going to be moving out of that situation. You are going to definitely see some impact come into your life from that particular angle as well. Mercury's aspect, being the lord of the fifth house and your second house into your sixth, is going to again help you use your creativity, your sharp brain, and help you overcome the problems that you've been facing in that area. So I think there will be some positive outcome coming in with respect to you coming out of any kind of litigations, any kind of difficult legal scenarios. Now, guys, as you can see on your screen here, you have Sun, which is going to be placed in your 12th house for the first half of the month, and he is going to be then transiting into your first house itself, which means that as the month progresses, you are going to see an enormous increase in your confidence level, self-belief come through. Yes, Sun is an exaltation, and that is a great sign as well, but he is the lord of your fourth house sitting in your 12th, which means that there is a very strong possibility for people who are already living in a foreign land that you could have seen some possibility of purchasing of a home property materialize for you. If not, people making a shift in a place far away from their current residence, a new workplace, new work location for that matter, could materialize for Taurus sign, and that is another indicator in terms of shift coming in your life. Remember, from a Venus perspective too, I was indicating that job shift, career shift, business sort of movement is anticipated, and that is also being shown from Sun's movement. Now, Sun, when he transits in from the 12th house to your ascendant, the fourth lord will be in Kendra, lord will be in Kendra itself. That is the Raj Yoga, and that is going to be a very positive sign coming into play for you. Of course, it is a little detrimental with its aspect in Scorpio to your 7th house, but I will be less worried from that perspective. There could be certain hiccup that can come with respect to your business partnerships or with respect to your marital relationship as well to a certain extent. But more importantly, you have to understand here is that it is going to raise your confidence. It is going to bring in a lot of self-belief. You are going to lean on your decisions, and you will have some level of sixth sense that whatever you are deciding upon, whatever you are working upon, is the right direction to traverse in. Sun in exaltation in the 12th house is also going to result in some of high or high-end expenses, some sort of a luxurious purchase, royal purchase more so is highly probable, because I think the expenses, though seen from the 12th house, are more luxurious in nature when it comes in connection with Venus. But when it comes to connect with Sun, you are going to spend on something which is much needed, but you are not going to compromise on the quality of the stuff. So it is not that you are just going to go ahead and purchase a phone for the heck of it, but It will be very anticipated, needed, given that you've not had it for a long time. And now you are going to again continue to invest into something which could be there long term. Remember, I'm talking about a phone or any of that asset for that matter that could be relevant to you, because sun denotes your assets. It denotes the kind of property, movable, immovable assets that you can acquire. And acquisition of rich, luxurious, high-ended, respected, branded products is a certain possibility. Many of you might see some sort of a positive outcome coming in from foreign government as well. You might get a support in terms of a new job opportunity in a foreign land with a central government for that matter in the place where you are. People who are looking or preparing forward for government examinations, selection into government sector jobs, I see a possibility of good movement happening throughout the month of May. So please do not disregard that possibility coming in your chart. Now, Mercury being the lord of your second house is finally come out of debilitation, or it will come out of debilitation around 6th of May. So for the first 5 days, again, that good yoga is in place, albeit your Dhanesh is in debilitation. But when he comes into the sign of Aries, you are going to find a lot of relief, but the expenses are still going to continue. My gut feel is that those expenses will be something that are unavoidable if you still believe that there are certain expenses which could be curtailed. Please consider doing donation of some sort, whatever to your capacity, some kind of a charitable activity, especially to a place which is related to young children, kids, youngsters, to their education for that matter, is going to be helpful. Many of the students who are watching this video, you are going to see positive success coming in from your education perspective. I see again movement in association to a foreign university, taking an admission in that direction, getting into a new college and stuff is going to materialize for you. People preparing for competitive examinations and trying to get into some kind of university degrees, and you are Taurus watching this video, again a very strong indicator of that also coming into fruition. Remember, Mercury from here is also going to enhance your job possibility. So people who are trying to prepare, has been failing in the final selection process for some reason or the other, you might be able to crack open that opportunity as well. There could be, however, some level of suddenness for the singles watching this video in terms of your romantic relationship. I think there could be a sudden break, sudden halt, breakup sort of situations that could also arise. It's an eighth movement after all, and it's a tricky one. So I will be tad bit worried from that perspective. And I think my recommendation to you will be, please do not get into any unnecessary argumentative situations with your partner. If they express themselves, please do not give a heated reply. Try and respond with a little bit of a gravitas. Take some pause. Try and assimilate the feedback coming in from the other side of the party so that you are able to handle that situation much better. Now, as we move ahead, we see that Mars, which happens to be the lord of your 12th house as well as your 7th house, is placed in debilitation in your 3rd house itself. Now, Mars, a planet, a malefic planet like Mars coming into the 3rd house, is not a bad placement, folks. In fact, I am completely okay for it to come in a difficult situation, albeit it is debilitated. Definitely gives a possibility for many of you who are looking forward to work with respect to your expenses, work with respect to any kind of your foreign connections, to translate that into a growth opportunity for yourself. That window is going to open. Meaning, if you're looking forward to any possibility that your international collaboration works out, your visa issues, etc., that have been stuck, you might have to run around, you might have to make certain journeys towards the immigration centers, into the consulates and stuff, but eventually it is going to pan out for you. The other possibility is, if you're looking forward to make certain travel in association with a foreign country, but a short duration travel, it is going to materialize positively for you. That is also going to give you success. There will be certain difficult situations in your married life, in your marital bliss for that matter. I anticipate some challenges coming in for Taurus from a business landscape perspective too, but I think you will be able to sail through those kind of situations too. Short journeys in general related to commerce related activities are going to turn out positive. You might also take some kind of a short getaway with your spouse, with your partner, for a quick break. I think that will also be positive for you. At the same time, you will be aspiring for some kind of long distance travel, long distance relocation as well. It might take some time to pan out. I think if there is some sort of an association coming in with respect to your boss, leader, your father, superiors at work supporting you with respect to a shift, then I think it will materialize well for you. If your leaders, your superiors ask you to make a long distance relocation, settle in a faraway place, probably you taking some kind of a measure in terms of a pilgrimage journey with your family as well, with your spouse specifically. All those activities will be extremely positive and remedial in action as well. So if you are getting stuck with any kind of negative situation, to a faraway place, travel to a pilgrimage, take a journey, a spiritual journey as well, it will be turning out positive for you. Your association with your father at this point in time could be a little bit combative. So is the case with your bosses as well, but it will still be productive. They will still be supporting you. I would urge you to please keep a check on how you communicate your ideas, how you express your thought process to them, or else it could be a lot more problematic given that Mercury is also placed in the sign of Aries of Mars itself. And that is something you'll have to be careful about. Again, with respect to certain kind of expenditures coming your way, I think expenditures are looking possible, which could be wasteful in nature. There could be avoidable expenses that can come, and it is going to be extremely important for you to figure out that how you bring that frugality in your life, because you might be making a spend which is not very necessary, which is not mandated. This Mars at the same time is going to give you a lot of positive energy with respect to your efforts at work. I think from a career perspective, you will leave no stone unturned during this month, Taurus. I see a positive angle there as well. Mars is giving an aspect to your sixth house. You are going to overcome your enemies. You are going to overcome issues coming at your workplace. From a day-to-day schedule perspective as well, I think you are going to be extremely aggressive with your efforts, with what needs to be accomplished on a day-to-day basis. So that is yet another positive coming into play for you guys, Taurus. Now, we've done a detailed video on the transit of Jupiter, which happened from the sign of Taurus into the sign of Gemini. It is happening on 14th of May. I've released a detailed video, guys. I will urge you guys to please go ahead and check that out. It was released last week itself if you've not had a chance to look at it. But Jupiter is currently placed in your first house itself. It is giving an aspect to the 5th, 7th, and 9th. Beautiful position. I think for the first half of the month, again, no matter how difficult the situations are, you will remain in control. As Sun transits into your first house, Jupiter will be moving into your second house as well. He's the car of the second house, and I've called that point as well. So from a career perspective as well, this is a phenomenal period coming in for you, Taurus, because this Jupiter is going to be giving an aspect to your 10th house as well. Again, for a detailed insight, I highly recommend you to please go ahead and check out that video, and it will give you an expansive understanding of what you can anticipate whilst Jupiter is placed in the sign of Gemini. Similarly, I've done a detailed video on the transit of Saturn as well, but more importantly, Saturn is now coming into its own nakshatra. So see, Rahu and Saturn are placed though in the same houses, but because they are in different nakshatras, Saturn has just moved ahead, which means in the same house, they are now in different rooms. So at least some level of compatibility from an 11th house perspective is coming into place. Saturn happens to be the lord of your 9th house and your 10th house moving into 11th. And it is in conjunction with your Lagna Lord Venus. So it is positive with respect to you gaining fame. People who are in roles that are associated with public speech, public connection, photo shoots, digital media, YouTube, Instagram sort of businesses, being in front of the world as a politician, as an actor, all those professions, even in your regular day-to-day job, if you are seeking some sort of fame, gain, respect coming your way, Taurus, I see some positive movement aligning for you in that direction as well. Now, the other bit that is happening is that Rahu is going to be moving into your 10th house while Ketu is going to be coming into your 4th. 4-10 axis, they become so hyper important. And Taurus, 4 signs, Taurus, Scorpios, Leos, and Aquarius, you guys are going to have something extremely disruptive in this transit. I'm going to talk in detail when I shoot the video. Please keep in tune to what is happening in the astrology. Rahu is in 11th. I think this is still the last pocket of opportunity for things to materialize aggressively for you. Please do not be dropping the ball in terms of not taking charge of any of those areas. I think this is the month where you should try and close loops on anything that you anticipate is pending. Overall, I think Taurus May seems to be a very promising month for you. This is a period that will continue to showcase gains. You'll have to keep a check on your expenses. You'll have to keep a check on your health. There are no significant problems coming in from a health perspective as well. But all in all, I think if you've enjoyed this reading, you must smash on that like button, subscribe to Dev Astrology, and keep watching.